Hey, what's up, family? Today I want to talk to you about two subjects: human nature and spiritual nature. Um, I want to kind of just give you um, ways on looking how uh, these two are very separate, and it affects where you are at and what you are wanting to become. Um, I've been talking about grounding and awareness and things of that nature. But it's becoming aware of looking beyond the shell that you're in, because you're either going to become the shell, or you're going to break out of the shell. Um, these are two very key subjects that happen in your experience here. It's a choice. It's a two-way choice. There are two paths in everybody's life. There is two paths that you can choose: the human nature and the spiritual nature of things. Two paths, two choices. There's always two paths you can choose. You know, um, the right way, the wrong way, yin and yang. Um, there's different paths, but it's combining the paths that is key, and then expanding on the path after that. But I'll talk about human nature, on how you can be trapped into it very easily. Just like I talked about, with in my shadow being video, I was talking about how when you're born here, you don't remember what you were or what you were doing, um, what contract you signed when you got here and stuff like that. Because I mean, we all have a job here. We all have a job here. But when you're born here, you don't remember. So the whole key thing is to remember why you're here, remember your contract, and then expand and grow on it. The whole concept of learning and developing here is learning how humanity, or wherever you're at. I mean, whatever planet you go on, whether it's human or um, say Pleiades or whatever, just different forms of extraterrestrials. You know, um, you're not going to remember who you are or what you did. So, but since we're in a human form, we'll talk with that subject. So, when you're here as a child, you're here to learn how humanity um, does things, understand how humans handle and take care of things in the outside world. It's about learning and growing and developing. Because if you don't know, then if you don't know or don't understand what's taking place, you can end up falling and being trapped in your human state, your human shell, and become it. I mean, it's fine to have fun and everything, but don't fall for the illusions that you are human, because you're not human. If you believe you're human, um, then you're going to be trapped as a human, and you will remain here for a long time until you finally get hit upside the head, going, "Yo, dude, you're not human. This is just an illusion." And this is really where I've been trying to help you guys really understand that, that this is an experience. You can have fun. I mean, I have fun here. I do. But I'm always learning, growing, and expanding. I'm still learning how humanity is, you know, how people are still falling for these illusions. I mean, it's right in front of you, and you still fall for the illusions of what you perceive is real. What you see is what it is. And well, it's part of the human nature. of things, and you want to expand out of that human nature. Now, and people are um, getting confused with that. That's why I made that grounding video. You know, it's choosing, are you going to ground yourself as a human, or are you going to ground yourself with Mother Nature, your spiritual nature? Because when you connect with Mother Nature, you're connecting with your spiritual nature, not human nature. Two different things. So, you know, it's a learning experience, and you have to discover this for yourself. You know, you have to discover, are you more leaning towards human nature and just watching this world grow? I mean, you can stay. I mean, maybe your whole point here is just to stay on Earth for, you know, because I mean we're at the end of 26,000 years right now, the cycle where things are going to be rebirthed and start over again. The cycles are going to start over again. Gotta do your own research on it. But yeah, you got to become aware of what's going on, because I mean, if you want to continue to help humans, then you're going to have to remain here. And since we're at the end of 26,000 years, you're going to have to stay here for another 26,000 years. So you're going to be a human or some form here on Earth for 26,000 more years until we're at where we're at here again, to leave. And I'll talk more about that in another video about the cosmic being, your cosmic body, and our connection with the Milky Way, the center, the black hole. And I'll talk more about that as I'm still getting more research. I want to make sure I get as detailed on that subject as I can, because it's very important. So yeah, but you know, it's a choice if you want to be human nature or spiritual nature. Now, if you are willing to be, you know, expand and grow and learn, you know, in your awareness, you're going to discover your spiritual being. Now, this doesn't mean like in religion where you get saved, or you know, you have a Holy Spirit or things like that. You know, it's discovering it inside. You know, not because some book tells you this is how you do it. You say a prayer, and then you feel a little tingly, and then, you know, that's it. You know, you don't do any exploration of it. You know, then you're not getting in tune with your spiritual nature of you. You're still focusing on the human nature of, you know, reading books and being taught and stuff. Because I mean, you're your own teacher. You have all the knowledge and knowingness inside you. Hence why I don't call myself a teacher. I just am a messenger. You know, because, you know, teachings here are misled, you know, and it falls into a belief structure or a faith structure of, yes, I know this is it, you know, and there is no this is it. It's always learning, growing, and expanding. You know, you never stop. I mean, no matter how far in knowingness you get, you never stop. You continue to grow more and more and more. And when you find out that you're immortal, you grow and expand beyond that, you know, beyond the shells that you jump into all the time. Excuse me one sec, I'll be right back.
Back door.
Alright, I had to let the dog in. But anyways, it's, you know, it's allowing yourself to grow and expand in your awareness. So this is where you yourself have to discover just how important your spiritual being is, and why it's so important to grow in your spiritual being, because you don't want to forget your spiritual being. You know, you don't want to underdevelop your spiritual being, you know, because people get so So in tune to, hold on a sec. So in tune with the human instinct of things, um, that they forget human nature. And I've had this most asked thing is, well, what's the whole point of being here? What's the whole point of being human? It's learning and growing, but you have to discover why. I mean, you're always here to learn and grow. There's a reason why you're here, but it's either, I mean, it can be many different things why you're here. I mean, we have certain contracts of being here, um, for a reason. It could be because, maybe you're one of the fallen, perceived angels or whatever. Maybe there's something that you didn't learn, so you need to drop at the lower realms, to remember why it was important. It's all keys into your spiritual being. It all keys into your spiritual being. This is the lowest form. This is the root chakra of your being, is this human form. But there's also, um, different forms of lower forms too. There isn't just human form that's a lower form. This whole universe itself is a lower realm. There's different universes that are. This is the lowest realm universe. It's not just this Earth, and you have to find out for yourself about this. But this whole universe, anything that we can see with a telescope, um, is part of this lower realm. This whole universe is a lower realm. So that's a key thing, key information I just gave you right there. But you have to discover that for yourself. But this whole universe is a lower realm. This whole universe is a lower realm. And black holes, the sun, are ways of getting out of the lower realms into higher realms, into higher perception views. And like I said, I'll talk about that in my cosmic body Milky Way connection. But yeah, this whole thing is a lower realm thing. But it's a lot more in depth than that. But you have to discover that for yourself. There's a lot of key elements in that. So let's see. But yeah, it's very important to get in touch with your spiritual being, understand how it works, how it functions, and just how it really affects you. Hold on just a sec. I'm sorry. Okay, I think I'm back. But yeah, you gotta get in tune with your spiritual being always. You always have to develop that. Just as you develop learning how to be a human, you have to develop and maintain your spiritual being. I made other videos about your spiritual being, and I'll continue to make videos about your spiritual being. So I'll probably make another one here soon on your spiritual being. But it's very important to key in on your spiritual being. Meditation is connecting with your spiritual being. Okay, it's no matter what it is, whether it's meditation, astral projection, out of body, it's still getting in tune with your spiritual being. It always is. Your only connection to human nature is your mind and your ego. That's the only connection that human nature is. The human instinct is the mind and the ego, but your spiritual instinct is not. So it's two different things. No matter how you look at it, it's two different things. So it's just making you aware, and then you're just doing your research. I mean, you could be a person that wants, a spiritual being that wants to be a human for a while. It may want to expand in its human awareness. So you'll be here another 26,000 years. It's your choice, but it's becoming aware of it, because we have been taught with a religion and books and new age and just deceptive ways of things, that it keeps you trapped here. And there's a person that was talking about astral projection and astral lies, and how the Akashi records. I'll make a video about that and my personal experiences with the Akashic records or Akashi records. But there's many levels that you can learn and experience in those Akashi records, and you can be manipulated very easy. And this person made up some good points, but astral projection is not a lie. It's what you do all the time. Meditation, out of body, is um, astral projection, and it's not even called astral projection itself. It's much more deeper than that. It's more of a telekinesis type structure. Like I said, I'll get more detailed into it, but there is a lot of lies when you do explore, and it's just discovering it. And the key thing to remember is that there really is no lie. It's just it can be manipulated. Anything can be manipulated. There is no truth in anything. It's just manipulating. Whether it's positive or negative, there is a manipulation factor. It can be a positive manipulation and it can be a negative manipulation. But there's always manipulation involved in it somehow, and the information is there based upon how you perceive things. And this individual was saying, well, we're trapped here. And, well, not trapped, but just like the asteroid belt is like our secure area and we can't leave beyond that. And from my personal experiences, that is limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself to just this solar system, and therefore you are limited and just want to remain as a human being, a human nature. But you have to discover this for yourself. Like I said, you just got to keep an open mind on everything. But like I always say, continue to expand and grow in your awareness. For me myself, I've explored many different aspects, or just many different things. I've explored out of the solar system. I've explored alternate realities. I've explored out of this universe altogether. Because like I said, this whole universe that we're in right now is a lower realm universe. It's not just this Earth. Everybody keeps focusing on this Earth. We're on this Earth, but as a whole, this whole universe is a lower realm itself. We can communicate with the extraterrestrials and see them here, but it's also based upon um, uh, awareness. So it's many different things. Universally, it's like um, Earth and 4D, the spirit realm. In the universe, it's was it like the spirit realm, and then 5D perception up there, and it just keeps growing beyond that. But I'll confuse you guys, so I'll quit talking about that. But yeah, you just got two choices here. You're either going to be human nature or your spiritual nature. Two choices, two paths, and you have to merge them. And it doesn't mean that you need to disconnect from human nature. It's merging your human nature and learning what you learned here with your spiritual nature. So you want to combine them. Just like a yin and yang, you want to combine them. But if you focus on one, human nature, or the other, just spiritual nature, you're going to become unbalanced. And it's also based on where you're at. So I'll go ahead and end it on that since this video is long. If you've got questions about it, let me know. But yeah, it's very important to learn on how humanity does things, which is why we learn and grow here. But it's becoming aware and connecting back to your spiritual energy, your spiritual being, which is why it's so important to ground with the mother, not your human nature, but mother nature. That's why you need to ground to it, because she will tell you what's going on. And then ground with the father, or attached to the father, which is the son. And for you, those who are in religious concepts, that should click with you there. It should click with you guys. If not, well, you gotta do your own research on that. But yeah, connect with the mother and then connect with the father. That's very important. So I ended at that. If you got questions, let me know. Yeah, I love you all very much. 13 love to you all. Continue to expand, continue to grow, and just become aware that there are two paths and that you have to become, that you want to be on the merging path. So, yeah, so namaste. I'll talk to you in a little bit.